Hello student, welcome back to lecture series on Z transform. For more videos, check in my I button or you will get the complete lecture series on my description box of a lecture series for linear differential equation with a constant coefficient and Fourier transform, Fourier sine, cosine and their inverse transform. You can see everything in my description box. So in my today's video, I'm going to explain to you all some of the properties from Z transform. Okay, so already I uploaded two different property. They are very much important with some of the examples and more videos. Okay, you can see there. So without further ado, let's get dive into our today's lecture. I'm gonna explain to you all here one of the important property for a Z transform, and we solve some of the examples along with that. So here I written next property. Okay, so in my last property I used here f of k into some function. Okay, so that when I replace here, okay, that means cos, hyperbolic, cos or trigonometric function. Okay, so instead of that, in this property we have taken exponential function. Okay, in last property I explained for the trigonometric. Okay, yes, so whenever we have Z transform of a sequence f of k, so we denote it as the f of z. Okay, so then the condition we write, okay, whenever we have e raised to minus ak f of k, then the condition we write it as the f of e raised to a by z. Okay, yes, so let's get start the solution. Okay, that means we have to replace some of the values here only. Okay, that is we don't have anything similar like the previous property. Okay, yes, so let's go for the solution. Okay, let's go for some of the example and then we go for the solution for this one. Okay, yes, so let me write the example. So here I written one example. We want the Z transform for e raised to minus ak cos bk and k greater equal 0. Okay, yes, so similarly change of a scale property I explained. First of all, you have to find out the Z transform for this function. Okay, you have to find out the Z transform for this function, and at the end in our change of scale property we replace Z as a Z by a. Okay, but in this case we are going to replace at the end Z as a e raised to a by z. Okay, let me explain. First of all, we go for finding. Step first, let me explain. Step first, here we find the Z transform for cos bk. Okay, find Z transform, okay, for cos bk. We want the Z transform for cos bk. Okay, so we want the Z transform here for cos bk, and we know that cos alpha k having Z transform. Let me write this some standard form. Okay, Z transform for cos alpha k. Okay, it can be written as Z into Z minus cos alpha. Okay, we write Z into Z minus cos alpha upon Z square minus 2Z cos alpha plus 1. Okay, this one is Z transform for cos alpha. So instead of alpha we have b, replace b here. Then okay, we write a Z transform for cos bk. Okay, we write Z transform for cos bk, so that we are finding here. So replace alpha as a b here. So we write a Z into Z minus cos b upon Z square minus 2Z cos b plus 1. Okay, so this one is the Z transform for actual cos b. Okay, cos bk. Okay, I found there in here in our step first. Okay, now we have next step second. So in our second step, what we do, we replace, in last part we replace Z as a Z by a. Okay, but in this case f of z we have f of e raised to a by z, so we replace Z as a e raised to a z. Okay, z we replace as a e raised to a z, but in our condition e raised to a, what is the value for e raised to a? It is e raised to minus a. Okay, so what we have in this case, e raised to minus a. So we have to replace here e raised to minus ak of k as e raised to minus ak cos bk. Okay, so e raised to minus ak means e raised to minus ak it is remain, so we have to replace z as a e raised to a by z. Okay, we don't have to go for any substitution because this term is matches as it is with our given property. Instead of a, if you get some constant value 3, 5, 7, then you have to worry it. okay, for about the value for a. But in this case it is completely matches here with our given property. So replace z as a e raised to a by z in our this form. Okay, so I'm going to write this one as a z as a e raised to a by z, e raised to a into z. Okay, that z I replace. Again z as a e raised to a z minus cos b, bracket complete, e raised to az, e raised to az minus cos b upon, okay, replace z square e raised to az, e raised to az bracket square minus 2 times e raised to az cos b plus 1. Okay, this one is our required z transform. This one is our required z transform for e raised to minus ak cos bk. Okay, I hope you all have understood, guys. It's not difficult. It's way easier for finding the z transform for this sequence. Okay, yes, let me write one more example for better understanding. Okay, let me take one more example second. Okay, so we have to find out the z transform. Okay, we have to find out the z transform for e raised to minus 7k cos 11k, e raised to minus 7k cos 11k, and bracket curly brace is complete. Okay, and we have condition k greater equal 0. See that, guys, I want the z transform for this function. Okay, so apply similar step like we done it previously. Okay, yes, so we know that cos z transform of cos alpha. Step first, we find out the z transform for cos alpha k. Okay, let me explain step first here. Okay, step first, z transform for cos alpha k. So z transform for cos 11k. Okay, z transform for cos 11k. We find z transform for this function first. Okay, then we go for replacement of these values here. Okay, yes, so z transform for cos 11k. Okay, so we know that the z transform for cos alpha k can be written as z into z minus cos alpha upon z square minus 2z cos alpha plus 1. Okay, so yes, what is the value for alpha? It is 11 here. Okay, let me write it's a z transform directly in one step. I'm going to write here. Actually we all have this formula, so you can replace the value easily. Z minus z times cos 11, alpha is 11 here, guys, upon z square minus 2z cos 11 plus 1. Okay, this one is actually z transform for cos 11k. I written here in our step first. Okay, in our step second we have to replace the value. Okay, step second, what we do, we replace z as a to the power a by z. Okay, see that, z as a to the power a by z. What we replace? Z as a to the power a to the power a into z. Okay, we replace z as a to the power a into z. But what is the value for a? You need to remember the value for a. So e to the power minus 7k, compare e raised to minus 7k, compare this value e raised to minus 7k. You have to compare e raised to minus ak, compare with the e raised to minus ak. Now see that e raised to minus 7k is equal to e raised to minus ak. So what is the value for a? Which is a 7 here. Negative it is remain there, so you don't have to take negative sign. So e raised to a as a 7, so you have to replace z as a e raised to 7z, e raised to 7z. You have to replace z as a e raised to 7z. Okay, this one. So replace here. So we write next step as a z as a e raised to 7z, e raised to 7z bracket outside, under bracket e raised to 7z minus cos 11 bracket complete, totally divided by e raised to 7z bracket square minus 2 times z, 2 times e raised to 7z cos 11 plus 1. Okay, this one is our required z transform, guys. Okay, I hope you all have understood. We don't have anything difficult, just need to replace the values over here and need to apply the standard form. Okay, yes, I hope you all have understood the property, third property here. So whenever you have z transform of f of k is f of z, then we write z transform e raised to minus k f of k as f of e raised to a by z. Okay, That one is our entire 2 examples I taken here for your reference. Okay, you can note it down for your reference here. Okay, I hope you all have understood this my today's lecture. I want you all to solve some of the example. Okay, let me give some example for your homework. Okay, so you can complete this example for your homework and bring it to in my next lecture. So here you can take these 3 example for your homework. Find out the Z transform for e raised to minus ak sin bk greater or equal 0. First example. Okay, it is very easy to solve. Just directly need to apply the form here. Sin bk replace e raised to minus z as e raised to minus a. Okay, so just need to replace directly the value. Don't have anything to replace. Okay, yes, as it is you have to put the values and go for the substitution at the ending of solution. Okay, second example here, z transform of e raised to minus 4k cos hyperbolic alpha k greater or equal 0. And third z transform e raised to minus 3k sin 4k greater or equal 0. Okay, so consider these 3 examples for your homework, guys. It is way easier to solve. Don't have anything. You can solve this example and bring me my solution in my comment section. Okay, yes, so even after if you found anything difficult, guys, let me know in my comment section. I will come up with the similar videos. So that is here for our today's lecture, guys. It's really hard effort to record one single lecture. I hope you all can understand these efforts. So if you have anything difficult, let me know in my comment section, guys. So thank you everyone. Thank you for my today's lecture.